What's up, guys? We're gonna BroBeats, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to use the lazy method to mix your beats. So you can use any EQ you want for this. As you can see, we got some EQs up here. There's a lot more advanced ways to use this technique I'm gonna show you, but I'm just gonna show you like the just flat out, if you just want to quickly mix your stuff, this is how you can do it. So I'm using EQO. If you want to use parametric EQ, you can. Let me see if I can pop one up just real quick, just so you can see. I know it's gonna be hard. I gotta make this on detached. So you can do the same thing that you can do in here in EQO and parametric EQ, but the problem is, even if you want to target a specific frequency, you can see that it's like it fades, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But the reason I like using EQO is because you can literally target the exact frequency right here, right? So if you just only want this one, you could literally just turn it off or turn it on. So this is the technique we're going to use, right? So I'll just play the beat real quick. It's just a quick beat I made. It's nothing crazy. You can see it's really muddy. It's kind of, everything's kind of distorted a bit. It needs some cleaning up, right? So what you could do is turn it all off so nothing is playing. Okay. Right, nothing's playing. And if you look at the frequencies, you can literally tell where to mix it, right? Like you can see like the bass is here, melody is pretty much right here. So you could just mix it that way if you wanted to, if you really wanted to. And it already sounds better than it was before, but that's not really the technique I want to show you. So we want to kind of, I guess we can call it like frequency separation, where we're just going to target these specific frequencies. So you could just literally take the band if you want. So you see like this band, I think it's just 1.2 kHz, right? And you can just pull them up to see if you like them, right? And you can tell if it's muddy or not. So maybe like some right here would be a little bit muddy. So like, I don't like all these frequencies. So you can kind of do one by one. That one, I can't really hear a difference. This one, maybe we can keep it a little bit. Now something like this I don't want at all. So you're kind of listening to see how the sound shifts when you pull up that certain frequency, okay? And we could talk about like the EQ and how it affects like the actual key and stuff like that, but I don't want to go into those details. We just want to talk about like, okay, just pull up a certain frequency. We'll just leave this here. Okay, and let's just see, what about any of these? Yeah, we don't want none of that because it's super muddy, right? And then you can kind of target some high frequency. So if you just wanted some of these, you can see now the melody is kind of changing. It's a little bit brighter. Right, and we can take out some of these if we need. And I kind of like that personally. I like the brightness on it. So I'm going to keep that. And then there's also other things you'll do. I'll take care of this right now, is you can shift it a little bit, as you can see. And this is just with EQO. I don't think parametric EQ can do this. You can also morph it. So if you want to morph it between the bass and then this, so this is now it's kind of at the bass. And then when we pull it back, where is it? It's back to where we had it. So you can kind of control that, and you can control the volume. I'll turn up a little bit. And then the drums will be the same thing. Now for the drums, I'm not going to go into detail on this. I'll go into detail on the 808, but we'll just quickly do the drums because it'll be pretty easy. And I want it to be super crispy. Right, and then we can. So I don't want that in there. That's not bad. Kind of want that. And I'm trying to see what I can get away with, like what don't I need. So we definitely need one of these. And then also, if you see that these are overlapping, so you see if I like pull up this frequency here and this one, right? Those potentially could clash. So you could say, hey, I don't want these to clash. I'll pull this down and then pull this one up. But obviously that's like going to the extreme. So I would just pull it up a little bit, pull this one up, right? And this is just a simple way of doing it here. So now let's focus on the bass. We don't got to worry about the drums too much. It's usually the same exact frequencies anyway. So for the bass, I have a lot of harmonics here. So I would kind of target those and see. Okay. So now let's start here for the bass. So for the bass, and I'll zoom in for the bass here. Typically these two you wouldn't want to use, but I'm going for more of a subby bass in this one. So I would take the second band and really push it. And you can see how we just kind of completely reshape the bass, right? So now it's just a completely different sound almost. So I'm gonna pull this up a bit, and then typically I would shave it off like this, but I want to do it one by one because this is like the method I want to show you. So I wonder if we can even push this a little bit more. Like, I don't want that in there. And you see how it's like, it's got this resonance, like kind of sound. I really don't like that. That's just, it kind of hurts my ears a bit. I don't want that in there. But a little bit can be something. Because you obviously want that kick to pump. Not a bad frequency. And then something like this with the bass, what I would do is kind of adjust. So you can start morphing it a little bit. And then let's kind of rebalance it. All right, so I think that's good enough for now, at least for just showing you what this is, okay? And then on top, what you would do is simply, and we could do it before and after, we could just turn them off. You can see it's a lot easier on the ears, and that's the point. Now with the master EQ, we'll just pull them down. So with this master EQ here, what we would do is kind of bring frequencies back in, or just kind of tidy it up a bit. You could use this now if you wanted to, and just kind of do stuff like this if you wanted to. Like, I feel like that's too much. You can just try all types of different things. If you really want to push things and try to like really get a different sound, you can. And that's kind of the sound I'm going for. But I feel like it's maybe a little too harsh. You can see like it's really pushing the bass. And that's kind of the pump that I'm. And I do feel like this. for my clap, the thing is, or not the clap, the snare, or like, now that's just how the sound is itself. So there's nothing I can do about that unless I add like a like another clap there. So there's nothing I can do about that, right? Because I could add these in, but I don't want them because they're like I guess it doesn't sound too bad. But I do feel like I kind of liked it how it is. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all you have to do for this method. And I know it took a while. What was this, like a 10-minute video? But you keep in mind, I am explaining as I'm going. If I was just doing this without talking, it would have took 2 minutes or so to do all this, right? But I'm trying to show you exactly how to do it, so you know exactly. So yeah, and then honestly, I would just save these. Like I already have a bunch of presets in here saved, right? So I would just save this, and then anytime I want this type of sound, I can just get it, right? So we can play around with this a little bit. And I'll just do an on and off real quick. All right, so it's a lot cleaner. I would probably add like a layer of clap just so like the snare has a little bit more weight to it. But yeah, that's gonna be for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and make sure you like and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.